What is up, takers, and welcome back to Tides Take Today Live. We do this every Thursday and Sunday, 6 p.m. Eastern. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We are currently live streaming on Facebook and YouTube. And coming up on tonight's show, we are talking to Joe, who is also known as Toxic Rocketeer. So we're going to be talking about his journey, his creativity, and really getting to know him and introduce him and his talents to our audience. And you already know how we open the show, so go ahead and follow us if you haven't already. Facebook.com/It's Tides Take Today. Go ahead and follow us on Instagram at It's Tides Take Today. And of course, if you haven't yet, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification button so that you can get all of our episodes and you can get caught up on all previous of our 49 episodes, see some behind the scenes online exclusive content, and then you can also check out who's coming up on later editions of Tides Take Today. So, and then of course, if you're looking for something to read, you can go ahead and tidestateketoday.com for all the latest stories and interviews. And then if you're watching live, also, you can make sure to comment, chime in with your thoughts. If you have any questions for our guests, that is the way to do it. And we'll go ahead and share your comments and thoughts during the interview. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and add our first guest to the virtual platform. What's going on, Joe?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing well. Thank you so much for joining us. I really want to just start off by talking about your journey and what this process has been like for you. I know you work across multiple disciplines: photography, music, singing, visual art, a bit of everything. So that being said, go ahead and just tell our audience, like, who is Toxic Rocketeer? Let's just go dive right in.
So like, other than just my screen name, my name is Joe. Like most people just refer me to Joe. Based out of New Jersey, New York City metro area. Pretty much, I'm overall creative, photographer, musician, songwriter foremost, because that was my main passion growing up. I kind of fell into photography a little bit later on, and that's become my thing currently right now. But pretty much just do it all.
Absolutely. And when did this journey start? Like, what was the first defining moment when you were like, "This is what I want to do. This is my passion. This is my purpose"?
I've always been interested in art. I remember as a kid, especially around kindergarten, around 5 years old, I wanted to be like a cartoon animator. That was like my first passion. I used to draw a lot as a kid, but as I grew older, when I hit first grade, that's actually when music started to become a thing. Being in music class, witnessing my music teacher playing the piano, I'm like, oh my God, like, there's music coming out of this instrument. What are they doing behind it? And I was so fascinated with that. And that's how it became a thing. Growing up, I got gifted like keyboards, so I practiced on keyboard a lot. Growing up in school, I was always in the music room, always behind the piano, to the fact that when like lunchtime would hit, I would just always in the music room during lunchtime. I would skip class just to be behind the piano as well. So that's always been my thing. And from piano to learning how to play guitar and bass and then drums, and singing as well. When I got into high school, that's when I actually started singing a little bit more often. And then somewhere around after high school, that's when photography became a thing overall. Started with a small little point and shoot camera, graduated to a DSLR. Right now, I spent hundreds, thousands of dollars on equipment, both in music and photography. For right now, I'm totally invested in the craft overall.
Absolutely. And for you, like, what has been some of like the biggest challenges or obstacles that you've overcame just during your journey thus far?
The biggest obstacle, of course, is myself. I've mentioned this to friends before, but I always, as a creative, imposter syndrome has always been a thing. Even though I know that I've worked on my craft as long as I have, there are times where I kind of doubt myself a little bit, whether I'm good enough. And I do take a step back and kind of look at my progression throughout the years. And I definitely see the growth there. So I'm able to kind of partner with other creatives, and they see my growth as well. So that also helps.
Absolutely. And for you, were there, as you moved from like, photography and music and just the difference or vice versa, um,
Mhm.
any particular skills that you had to cultivate that were like totally new to you, or like just overall, like tell us more about like your journey and the experiences.
Pretty much just working with other people when it comes to like collaborating. Um, Growing up, I was much more of like inside the house. I was always to myself. I was a shy kid as well. Still pretty shy right now. Until I get to open up around people. But it's pretty much just a collaborative space, specifically with photography. Working with different clients, navigating this space. Um, just this past recent June, I was hired by the city of Newark for their for their Pride event for that week. One of my friends hit me up and asked if I would like do photography for all the events going around the city. That was my first time actually doing event photography, and it was kind of most of the work I've done was either like with close friends and other clients in a studio in a more intimate space, but going out in the field and like learning to adjust how I approach certain like photos in a certain space where I don't have control of the lighting, where I don't have command of the amount of space that I have, so I have to kind of work around those boundaries. But by the end of it, I kind of got the hang of it. It was a lot of work, a lot of long nights, culling through hundreds of photos, doing lots of edits and uploads. But I'm happy that I did it. I got to meet a
Absolutely.
lot of new people. I got to meet other like well-known people in the process as well. So I'm glad I accepted that invitation.
Absolutely. It's all about networking and like
Yeah.
just being able to live those experiences and like you said, navigate the challenges of like live events and
Yeah.
performance and those types of events.
Exactly.
Brandy is checking in the chats on Facebook. Shout outs to Brandy. And she said, what is your favorite type of photography?
My favorite type, I would say, definitely more fashion photography and editorial style photography. That's something I try to want to lean into more. Um, it allows me to express, do a little bit, be a little bit more creative. There's a lot more art direction involved in that. But I grew up in the beginning of my photography journey, playing with lighting as well. Um, I fortunately had the ability to learn how to use Photoshop in high school as well. So that definitely came in handy when it come to editing and photo processing in the end. Definitely the editorial style is something that I would love to lean in more in a more professional sense.
Absolutely. And for you as the creative that you are, when it comes to your talent and sharing that talent, what type of like non-artistic things like nature, dreams, relationships, like everyday life challenges and struggles, do you draw like, if you had to say like you draw the most inspiration from, is there anything like in particular?
A lot of it's other art forms. But outside of like the artistic space, I do love nature. I love going on long walks. I love hiking and stuff. So being outdoors, there's a lot of opportunity in that as well. It also gives me the ability to kind of clear my head and kind of brainstorm as well. So that's something I kind of lean on a little bit more as well.
Absolutely. And for like people that may be watching this or maybe watching it later, and if they're interested in starting their journey as whether it's a songwriter, a music artist, a photographer, what type of advice would you give like the younger you?
It's I would say that if it's something you really want to do, just lean into it, get as much information. I'm not professionally trained in any standard, not in music, not in photography. I taught myself as a kid how to play the instruments, how to read and write music, how to navigate a camera. YouTube definitely helps a lot. There's a lot of free information on YouTube. So I definitely say use the internet to your advantage when it comes to that. And just pretty much just go for it. If you have a point and shoot camera, if you have an iPhone, definitely practice the camera, know the ins and outs. experiment, follow other creatives as well. Just wealth of information on Instagram as well, TikTok, YouTube. So definitely recommend that. As far as music, same thing. Um, I would say music is a little bit more interesting in the fact that not everybody always has access to certain instruments. But fortunately enough, I was able to start in school where there was a piano where I had the ability to play clarinet, in elementary school as well. But even then, like singing, just practicing. If you have the ability to rent certain instruments, that definitely helps as well.
Absolutely. And for you, were there any like artists or even mentors like growing up that really inspired you or, influenced your work, either photography or music?
Music more specifically, definitely Stevie Wonder was a big influence growing up. I went through that whole phase. Michael Jackson, Prince more most specifically. I get I used to get compared to Prince a lot. In not only in the way that I dress, but also in the way that I play. I play guitar, I sing as well. So definitely a big influence. Even other like rock acts like Aerosmith as well is my favorite rock band. So that's actually how I learned how I leaned to guitar and bass as well, just by listening to their music. Um, yep. And as far as like photography, no one specific. Um, I do know like cinematography is what kind of leaned me more into the photography space as well. So just watching a lot of movies.
Absolutely. And I'm not going to put you on the spot, but Brandon in the chat did ask if we get to hear you sing. And you can, of course, say no.
I didn't plan on singing anything. Unfortunately, I don't know what to sing at the moment. I'm trying to curate a list of like, because I know that question gets asked to me like every now and then. Like, oh, what do you sing? Oh, can you sing me something? And like, oh, I don't know what to sing. I'll see if I can think of something. I'll definitely kind of circle around and see if I can sing a little something for you.
Okay, fair enough. I do want to share. I'm over here like, give us some Prince or something.
Prince is definitely an interesting choice.
But I do also want to share with everybody watching some of your work. So we got some different shots that you've taken. And just if you want to talk a little bit about any of these, or just wanted to share your work with the audience, so that they can actually get to know you if they don't follow you on social media, so that they will. But like just like you said, like when it comes to like your fashion, your photography, your music. Like definitely very expressionate in all of those different realms.
And growing up, I didn't really have anyone to take photos of. So a lot of the photos I took of were me. I happened to be the subject. So that's how I got a lot of the practice in how to learn how to photograph people, how to learn lighting, how to learn editing techniques. And fortunately enough, it paid off. So when I finally got the ability to have clients as far as like photography, I could definitely see that it didn't give amateur. It didn't really give amateur in my opinion. They were definitely enjoyed exactly what I did for them, so that helped kind of boost my confidence in that field as well.
Absolutely. And I know we talk a lot about mental health with like all of our guests on the show. Artists will even straight out tell you like chaos is like also both destructive and generative. For you, how do you experience and like navigate like those types of things? And like, do you take the chaos and turn it into your creativity?
There are times where that becomes fuel for like expressing myself in an artistic sense. Not so much in other times as well. Sometimes it comes a little bit hard. There are times where I just sit in that moment and kind of feel lost. But no, fortunately enough, that doesn't last long. I kind of force myself to get out of that space. When it comes to either just kind of getting out of the house, getting some fresh air, going for a walk, or just going talking to other friends and kind of help work through like what I'm working through. But that's pretty much my kind of like go-to.
Absolutely. And for you, I feel like I know the answer to this, but I'm still going to ask.
Mhm.
How have mental health challenges affected your creative process? And were there like any moments where for you, like your art was like a refuge, or, where, at times where it may have been like you may have experienced something that was like overwhelming or triggering?
Oh, um, I I would say it definitely is a refuge. I never felt like my art, whether it be music or photography or whatever, caused me to be depressive. It was actually something that kind of helped get me out of that state. Most times I'm in my head. Most times I'm kind of affected about around my circumstances or my environment. But art is a form of it became a form of escapism for me as well. Um, Listening to my favorite artists, whether it's watching music, whether just simply just getting some random idea in the middle of the night and see if I can kind of execute it, just for the fun of it, just to kind of get those weird, crazy ideas out. That's definitely helped kind of push me in a more positive direction.
Absolutely. I feel like just knowing you, I feel like you're always editing, working, shooting,
Yeah.
always that grind for sure. Um, Okay, so now let's talk a little bit about what you're currently working on. Do you have any projects? I know, we talked and hinted at music. Um,
Hmm.
I was over here trying to pull up and try to share some of your music with the world, but I was like, let me check in and make sure.
I like the music that I have posted now. It's just old stuff, so I haven't posted anything new in quite some time. But I am trying to work on like my own like personal EP projects as well. So I'm just kind of going through the whole brainstorming mode of that. I have written a few songs. I have laid down like some basic ideas. Hopefully soon, I'll get to release something. That was my plan earlier this year, but no, other things kind of got in the way. Um, but that's something that's definitely on my to-do list.
Most definitely. And then, so yeah, I mean, let's talk like 5 years from now.
Hmm.
Where do you see your art going? What do you want your legacy or your imprint on the world to look like when we think of Toxic Rocketeer, when we think about Joe, like
Hmm.
what do you envision that to look like?
I would. I definitely see myself in a more creative space professionally, whether it be in film and television. I definitely kind of linger in that area a little bit already. More in a more recreational space. Um, but also within like the fashion sense as well. Like that's something I would love to do. I haven't gotten into like the whole like fashion week thing just yet as far as like photography. Um hadn't had the ability to do that this year, but hopefully soon. Just kind of getting out there, getting my name out there, building a better portfolio. And then hopefully that's something I can do full time. That's definitely my goal, is to just work full time, be able to sustain myself doing the thing that I love the most.
Absolutely. All right, Joe, you ready for some rapid fire, this or that random question?
Uh, yeah.
There's Brandy is over here. She's still waiting for you to sing. And shout out to my mom too, because I know she's watching and commenting.
Okay.
But all right, first up, singing or photography, what feels more natural if you had to pick?
Mm, I would say singing. I'm always singing around the house, just random things. Um, but probably singing, mainly because music is my first passion as well.
Okay. Film camera or digital camera?
Definitely digital. I haven't really touched film other than a disposable camera. Um, they are technically very similar, but there are a lot of differences between them, like when it comes to like developing film and things. But definitely digital in the kind of work that I do.
For sure. Performing on stage or creating in the studio?
Uh, ooh, probably creating a studio.
Lyrics first or melody first?
This is a toss-up because sometimes it hits me one or the other. I say melody first. Kind of makes writing lyrics maybe just a tad bit easier.
I feel it. Sorry, I'm distracted by Bridges.
I know. I see the comments and I'm trying to think of something. I don't want to let them down.
Black and white photos or like photos with bold and like vibrant colors?
I would say bold and bright colors. My photos tend to be pretty moody already. But I do like having to edit and like play with colors a lot. So I would say pop of color.
Absolutely. So are you early mornings or late nights?
Late nights. I hate early mornings. I hate waking up in the morning. Even though like a lot of times on my days off, I prefer to get up early and be productive because I hate laying in bed. But like it's a struggle. Late nights I definitely feel more I feel more artistic and feel like I can do pretty much a lot and get a lot done at night.
Absolutely. City lights or nature scenes?
I love nature, but I love the excitement of the city. Being in the New York City area and always being out, in Manhattan and stuff is definitely exciting.
For sure. Yes, definitely. When I went to New York, I was Times Square at 4 o'clock in the morning with a whole photo shoot, taking pictures.
See, that's one place I tend to avoid is Times Square. It's very busy, so I tend to avoid that as much as possible. But like I go to the theater a lot, so I'm always in that area. But it is exciting. I can see how someone who's not from there or who's visiting can feel the excitement of that.
For sure. All right, so this might be a hard one. Future dream, Grammy or like just a whole like gallery exhibit event?
Ooh, probably a Grammy. It's funny. Like, is that I don't want to sound weird or crazy or anything, but like I've always envisioned myself being on stage, accepting a Grammy, and kind of figure out exactly what my acceptance speech would be. Like I would play that scenario in my head every now and then.
You're manifesting it already.
Yeah.
Sure. All right, Joe, before you get out of here, make sure you let everybody know where to find you on social media. I know Brady is holding out for a prayer.
I know. But as the lower third shows next to my name, Toxic Rocketeer, that is my IG. I have the Twitter of the same exact name as well, so you can find me both there. I have a Tumblr account still. If anyone's on Tumblr, same thing, Toxic Rocket, but not Rocketeer, but Toxic Rocket on Tumblr as well.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us, and I'm glad that we got to share your talents and just a little piece of you. And hopefully we'll have you back when that EP is ready to drop, and we can
definitely. I will let you know.
Absolutely. Thank you again for joining us tonight.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. This has been Ty's Take Today Live. So just a full disclaimer, we were supposed to have a second guest on the show tonight, all the way from London, but we were experiencing some technical difficulties. So we are going to go ahead and reschedule that interview and conversation with Carter the Bandit. But it's Sunday. I know it's like we're winding down. We're ready for the work week, but we're going to go ahead and get you guys hype and share Carter the Bandit's single called Freak. And we'll go ahead and share that with you guys. And then we'll wrap up for the night. Give me just a moment to pull that up. And once again, this is Carter the Bandit with Freak. And then be sure to stay tuned to later editions of Ty's Take Today for that exclusive interview. Let's go.
Let's go. He wanna, freak. Bitch, they be calling for me. They throw it back in them sheets. I take control in these streets. Price goes up every time that we speak. He wanna, he wanna freak. Bandit, 2 hands on his, I just landed. I just need a real nigga ready on a ransom. I'ma be the baddest bitch, I'm a mad one. Pretty savage, impeccable. High on the scene, bitch, I'm edible. Sleeping on me, put it on the floor. If I call up my nigga, he's on all fours. Keep him moving his weight like I'm up now. Shut down, feeling on my body, it's a playground. And if you can't keep up, never talk too much. I'm the boss to the niggas, I be going round. 2 hands on my knees, just work it. I just need a real nigga, watch me twerk it. Top tier bitch, now we're talking back in. I'm only stepping for the money if it's worth it. He wanna, freak. Bitch, they be calling for me. They throw it back in them sheets. I take control in these streets. Price goes up every time that we speak. He wanna freak. Let's go. I need that money, how high can you go? Never had a nigga with a body and flow. Real Q chicken get down on the floor. Work with it, now twerk with it. I'm the big bad B, no swerving it. Top tier Moncler, rule bandit shit. I need a nigga with that cheddar exclusive bitch. Get me that ice. I got that body, boy, talk to me nice. Savage my face, these lips never lie. Dripping on bundles of freak in the night. Deep in it, on the FaceTime, no leaking it. I'm a bad bitch, no muzzle, you see me. Never let a nigga knock you down, you feel me? He wanna freak, bitch, they be calling for me. They throw it back in them sheets. I take control in these streets. Price goes up every time that we speak. He wanna freak.
All right, welcome back to Ties Take Today Live. That was Cardi the Bandit with his latest single, Freak. And now I'm over here asking one question. He wanna what? That's all. y'all like the little added sound effects. But I just want to say thank you all for joining us once again. London's Carter the Bandit will be on a future episode of Ties Take Today Live. But shout outs to Joe, also known as Toxic Rocketeer. Make sure you guys go ahead and follow him on all social media platforms. Show him some love. We only shared just a snippet of some of his work. So y'all got to go follow him on Twitter and all the social medias for more on that note. But also shout outs to Brandy, shout outs to my mom for watching. I love y'all as always. And like I said, be sure to follow us on social media, subscribe to us on YouTube to make sure you guys can see what's next on Ties Take Today as we are quickly segueing into I feel like it's about to be winter here in Detroit soon. But also an upcoming episode, we are talking to Patty Williams, Carolyn Gentry, and Mackenzie Lowry about Suicide Prevention Awareness Month. And we are going to be talking about a walk that is coming up on this coming Saturday. So if you guys are in Detroit or you want to join our team, you want to come out and meet us live, we're going to be there. And it's just important to, we have a lot of fun on the show, but we're also talking about serious topics, mental health, depression, anxiety, all of those things, because these are conversations that impact not only us, our guests, but our viewers and overall our entire community in our neighborhoods. So if you guys, that's going to be coming up on Thursday. So I'm looking forward to having that conversation. And we're going to have some fun too. We're going to, of course, play the rapid fire, and we're going to see where the night takes us. So Thursday night is going to be an important conversation that you guys don't want to miss. And like I said, Belle Isle, Detroit on Saturday. I think the event starts at 8 a.m. and I think it kicks off at 10. So we'll be sure to share those details on our social media platforms. But that being said, that's going to do it for tonight's episode. Thank you guys again. Shout outs to Joe, shout outs to Brandy and everybody watching. And we'll go ahead and include or we'll include Joe's social media links in the description and captions of this video. But take care, stay safe, and we'll be back on Thursday.